This video key is for the exponent quiz. I'm going to have you write down the 5 words to show me that you listen, copy your work, and then do the extra problems that I'll show in blue. So here we go. First word is Michigan. Thanks for listening, Michigan. So this first one, you're going to add these exponents and leave the base alone, that 4 number alone. But I'm going to add 6 and 3 to get 9, so 4 to the 9th. This guy is where I don't add them, I subtract, but I still leave that 7 alone. But then 13 minus 2, that gives me 11, so 7 to the 11th. This is the only time you times. So again, I leave that base alone and I times the 2 exponent numbers to get 24. So again, sometimes you plus, sometimes you subtract them, sometimes you times them just based on how they're listed. Second word is rows. Rows. This one right here, a little trickier. This one, because you're timesing or you're writing 3 of these 3 A's, timesing those, that's where I get that 27 right there. And then when I do those A's, I got A to the 3rd. So that's one way of doing that. Another way is distributing through and knowing that you get 3 to the 3rd, A to the 3rd right away, and then get that 3 times 3 times 3, which of course gives you 27. That's where we're getting 27. 3 to the 3rd is 3 3's times each other. All right, this guy has you times and then switch gears and use the rules for subtracting. So I leave that 3 alone and I get 3 to the 8th and then divided by 3 to the 5th. And now I switch gears and subtract the powers. Again, leaving that 3 alone, but then 8 minus 3 gives me 3 to the 3rd on that one. This problem right here, you need to make that negative exponent positive by bringing it down to the bottom of the ratio, knowing that any problem, any variable, any number is a ratio over 1. And to make this go down and be positive, I just write it at the bottom. And when I do, that becomes positive. All the positive exponents, I'm not going to move. I'm going to leave those alone. So that x to the 3rd, that stays on top because that's positive 3. That z stays on top because that little 1 right there is positive, and then down to the bottom because y to the 5th, and then when it comes down like that, now that number is positive. Next word is bowl. Bowl. All right, this guy has you subtract and then use the rules for exponents. So again, I'm subtracting top minus bottom. That gives me x to the 3 minus 1 power x to the 2nd, y to the 5 minus 8 power negative 3. And then again, this is a ratio. That negative 1 needs to be made positive. So I'm going to bring this one down to the bottom. So my final answer is x squared. And again, you could put that 1 there if you want, and then y to the 3rd. But just know, most people will not write that 1 right there. We assume that you know that 1 is there. All right, next one. Times these and then do the negative exponent rule. So that gives me 3 to the negative 15. On the bottom, 4 to the negative 24. And then I do the double switch. That 3 to the 5th comes down to the bottom and becomes positive. And that 4 to the negative 24th goes up to the top and become positive. Next word is bound. Bound. I'm going to have you do these problems extra in blue just to show me that you're kind of paying attention here. So I want you to do 7a to the 3rd power. I want you to do that problem. I want you to do 4 to the 5th raised to the 3rd power divided by 4 to the 2nd. I want you to do that problem. And then one more in blue here. I'd like you to do this mixture problem where you have x to the 4th
y to the third divided by x, y to the fifth. So I want you to do these extra 3 problems to show me that you were paying attention. Last word is blue. Blue. Let's go, blue.